So Jimmy, I know, just this past fall, you were part of a 6 episode series on
Yes.
Bell TV called the Canoe Project. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Man, that was a great experience. So Bell Fibe. Okay. So going back about 5 years, I guess. So Mark Harnett, who's a comedian and writer and actor in he's a half Inuit uh, man who grew up in a northern Labrador community of less than 400 people. And then when he moved to this is in real life. When he moved to the big city center of St. John's, Newfoundland, he encountered a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of racism and
Mm.
systemic racism that exists for visible minorities and especially, Indigenous people and First Nations people, unfortunately. So he wrote this script, which has gone through a lot of changes, but the core values of it still remain true. And he decided to turn it into a comedy. So he decided to tell, to satirize something serious, which is risky to do.
Mm.
But he, decided to tackle a fairly serious issue through a comedic lens, which lots of people are doing, and I think it's a bold move. And so the Canoe Project, Canoe would have been his nickname growing up. I'm not sure. so, but yeah. So he basically plays a very loose version of himself in this film. It's a comedy series, and it stars myself, Lisa Baker, comedian, Mark Harnett. We met this incredible British actor, Charlie Tomlinson, who came in. He's been acting for 45 years. So like everyone knew their lines when he was on set. He was like the only thing he's done in his life is act, and he lives in St. John's, Newfoundland, and he's a phenomenal actor. And he played my character's boss in the film, who was the Indigenous Affairs Minister. And so it was a big topic to go in and satirize it, and don't get me wrong, I was just like looking at this and I'm like, wow, it's my first episodic TV show where I'm one of the leads, and but I think it turned out great. And it's a big metaphor, but yeah, it was a great experience. And my cat's playing with all my pens here on the table again. He just can't leave me alone, can you, Conan? So yeah, so that we did that in St. John's, Newfoundland last April, actually, almost a year ago. And we're greenlit for season two. Season two is going to be very, very different. I'm going to be involved in that as well. There's going to be some other actors involved. And we're hoping to shoot that in the spring, if not later on in the year. But the scripts are currently undergoing some development right now, and we have most of them done, but some of them need some emergency surgery. So we're going back and changing things, and making sure that they're top notch, and that they're funny as well, because this is a comedy series on Bell Five.